Okay, that's kind of a strange view, but let me spark my lighter. Okay, and maybe you can see. That is, I'm inside the oven. Okay, so what I'm getting ready to do is light the pilot for the oven. Okay, I'm not going to move the camera to show you the knob right now. I'll show you afterwards, but much like a gas grill, there's a pilot. So I'm going to push it in. I'm going to hold it for a second, and then I like the pilot. All right. Now I assume that you can see that. Can you see it? I can see it. Okay. All right. Now, just to kind of give you an idea, I'm going to go ahead and turn the oven on, and you see the flame. All right. Okay. So the oven is on and it's functioning. All right. And right there's the oven knob. Okay. So much like, you know, your knob at home, or I'm sorry, yeah, at home. You know, it's got a thing on it with, you know, different degrees and stuff. Okay. So you can see. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the oven. Okay. And you'll see the flame go away. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now, you'll notice that the pilot light is still lit. Now, I can just leave that running if I want to, but it's kind of wasting gas, all right? So I don't mind lighting it every time, you know, we need to use the oven, which might not be for 6 months from now, okay? But if you're someone that uses the oven all the time or every day, you can just simply leave the pilot lit, all right? But in my case, you'll see on the side of the knob it says off, but right now it's in the pilot on position. Okay, so you see the pilot light. I'm going to go to the off position, and bada bam. Okay, so now the pilot is off. Okay, now keep in mind, I am not an expert in RV appliances by any stretch of the imagination, okay? I do know that the top burners, and we've got 1, 2, 3 of them, okay? So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3, okay? Well, that didn't... Yep. Okay. Huh. All right. I don't know what it's doing, but that's okay. I think because I tried to light too many at once. All right, maybe, I don't know, doesn't matter. But anyway, the oven operates or lights up differently, okay? And it might be a built-in safety feature. I don't know if you've got kids or whatever. You don't want them coming along and, you know, and turning on the oven by mistake. I actually might be out of propane. Huh? I had a little bit of propane in one of my 20-pound bottles, so I've been messing around with my refrigerator all day, so that may be the case. Let me try the hot water, see what that does. Waiting for that flame to come on in the middle there. Yep. I'm out of propane. No big deal. When yeah, that's what it is. I'm out of propane. So, let me show you my, I'll get some more propane tomorrow, but here's my, I don't know if you can read that or not. That's a temperature gauge, and where it says 19.7 is the freezer, and the refrigerator's at 54.6. Now, when I started this test, I was at 49.8, 61.3. Then it dropped to 24.8 and 57.2. And now it's at, the freezer's at 19.7 and the refrigerator's at 54.6. And that's running on propane. But now that I just discovered that I'm out of propane, I need to put the refrigerator on what they call auto, so that once it senses that there's no propane, then it should automatically click over to electric. But right now I had it on propane, so I'm gonna put it back on auto. Now watch. Okay, you'll notice I've got it manually set to LP. See the little green dot to the right there above the 4? Okay, that means that it's running on strictly propane. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this back to auto. All right, and now you'll see that the dot is on auto. And it should sense that there's no propane. Okay, let me test this one more time. Yeah, we're done. There's no propane at all. Okay, that's cool. I didn't have that much to begin with. So, but anyway, I'm glad I had enough to show you how to light the oven. So, all right, what we have is we have a functioning stove, a functioning refrigerator, and that square box back there, that gray box, is the tankless hot water heater. That functions. Now, if you look right there, you'll notice that the furnace is not connected anymore, and I've got a cap on the supply line. The reason is because there's a leak in that furnace, okay? We had the supply line, like these yellow ones, running from where that cap is to the furnace, and then disconnected it from the furnace and put a cap on the line, and we had no leak. When we connected back to that fitting right there, that fitting right there, and there was no leak right there, so the leak was somewhere inside of the furnace unit itself. So when we took that offline and just completely disconnected it from my propane system, guess what? No leak, no nothing. Leak detector's been running all day. The refrigerator works great. The stove works great. Well, when you have propane. You know, one thing I wanted to look at while I was just noticing it, and that is this this light right here above the stove is about worthless as shit because it's not very bright. So I just noticed it and I wanted to take the cover off of it and see. You'll see that it's a, it's one of those kind of bulbs. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be disconnecting all of that and installing a really bright LED light in there. So that'll be a future video. But yeah, all is good, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. It's getting late, it's dark outside, it's raining. So, all right, y'all have a good night.